Welcome back to Jersey Matters. They started their business in the trunk of a Dodge Intrepid in Montclair, New Jersey, and now they have gone international. Ann Prato is the co-owner of Joe Tea. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
So, first of all, explain the name.
Well, everybody has a Joe. Every culture has a Joe. Everybody's got a friend who's a Joe, and everybody has an Uncle Joe. And I tried to convince them to do Auntie, but it wouldn't go.
They wouldn't go
right.
with that? Not everybody has an Ann, is what you're saying?
No, not everybody has an Ann. And my husband's middle name is Joe, and his father's name is Joe.
Oh, so it was for his father.
Yes.
And that's nice.
And it turned out that a large proportion of deli owners happened to be named Joe, so it worked for us.
Where did you come up with selling tea or making tea?
You know, we were in the clothing business, and that was in the late 80s, early 90s, and that industry went kind of upside down. The stores went out of business, manufacturing went overseas, and we wanted to take what we learned in that business and apply it to something that was more sustainable. So we wanted something that if people liked it, they wanted more of it. And the other thing is that we were looking for a lot of outlets because the department stores, again, had gone bankrupt, and food is somewhere that can be sold everywhere.
And is the tea so much better than everybody else's tea?
Of course.
It's a stupid question.
But it's not just about the taste of the tea. It's the whole package. It's the truck, it's the feeling, it's where we sell it. If you took the same tea and put it in two different labels, it would actually taste different to you because there's an emotional component to this, and I think that's where we win.
Explain the truck. You said it's these certain things, it's the truck.
It's the truck. We put the truck on the label because my husband...
It's a pickup truck.
It's a pickup truck. It's a 1947 Power Wagon. And my husband has a background in finance. I'm a CPA, and we kind of went off the main path of of the career trajectory that we might have taken. And it's kind of the off-road independence. And I think our customers like the idea that they're trying a brand that is not Coca-Cola or Pepsi.
And of course you were an overnight success.
Of course. Overnight, if you give 22 years of overnight and a lot of late nights.
When was the point when you came up with this concept and you were selling out of the trunk of the Intrepid, when I know there had to be some lean times when you thought, oh, this is going to work?
Probably, we always knew it was going to work, but it didn't really start working for, I'd say, 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah. We're very stubborn people.
Was it a struggle for those 10 years?
It was a struggle. I think the first 5 years we dug ourselves into a deep hole, and then we spent 5 years climbing out of that hole. But once we did, we had a base, we had a good business. We started the company with $1,000, and we never took any outside money. So we grew slowly.
So you own 100%?
We own 100% of the company.
Oh, that's wonderful. And now you're international.
Now we're international.
You know, talk about where you are sold overseas.
Well, we're in 20 countries. We're in Europe, we're in France and Germany, we're in Asia, we're in Brazil, we're in Chile. A funny story in Germany, we do trade shows all over the world, and we were at the trade show in Germany, and the German ambassador to the United States came over to introduce ourselves. He had had Joe Tea, and do you know who that current ambassador, or the ambassador is?
Who's that?
Our current governor.
Oh. I could have guessed, but I wanted you to say it. So that's wonderful. Now, are you across the United States?
We are. We're not in all 50 states with our tea, but we are probably with our chips. Maybe not Alaska and Hawaii because it's hard to get there, but we are national and international. The bulk of our business is in the United States.
I should point out you brought in some tea and also barbecued chips. So
right.
You started with the tea,
right.
just the tea, and you've decided to grow your company. You want to expand into other foods? Right.
Well, what happened was about 10 years ago, somebody in the potato chip business contacted us and said, we'd like to buy your company. We think it would be a great complement with potato chips. And when you think about it, you know, think of when you buy a drink, you get a sandwich, you get a bag of chips. And we said, you know what, that is a terrific idea. We're not going to sell the company, but we're going to make our own.
Wow, so you didn't even partner with them?
We didn't even partner with them.
It's like, thanks for the idea. I'm sure.
It was a great idea.
And
it's actually written on our bag, so it's true.
I'm sure that happens all the time. Where do you go from here? Where do you see the growth of your company?
The food and beverage business is a huge business, so we would like to continue to make inroads in the United States and internationally. We're trying to do it as a parallel strategy because the world is a much smaller place than when we started 22 years ago. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have Google Translate. So it's just selling more.
Can you grow too fast?
I think companies can grow too fast. I don't think we've grown too fast. I think we have earned every dollar step by step of what we've sold. I think the problem is when companies grow fast, they kind of lose sight of the base and the little things. And that's what we're trying not to do. Yeah, it would be great if we, became the unicorn, but that's not who we are.
And it's not who you want to be, it sounds like.
No, well, it wouldn't be bad. But, we've got 2 sons who are both about to graduate from college, and, we're a family business, and we'd like to keep it that way.
And the pickup truck, I would imagine, which is your symbol, kind of reminds you who you are and where you came from.
Yes.
So it all comes full circle.
Yes,
it comes back
does.
to Montclair.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming in.
Thank you for having us.
To talk to us, and great luck and continued success with the business.
Thank you.
Ann Prato is the co-owner of Joe T. Jersey Matters continues right after this. Still to come, my commentary on the state of journalism when Jersey Matters continues.